Welcome to Lesson 3 in Unit 13, Avoiding Extinction. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, what characteristics help organisms survive in their environment? In this lesson, students make observations of modern habitats and the organisms that live there. They identify plant and animal adaptations of organisms in each habitat that help them survive. Students figure out that organisms have adaptations that help them survive in their environment. Organisms in different environments have different adaptations. Students make connections to the storyline by researching and comparing adaptations that were beneficial during the Mesozoic era and the Ice Age. There are several opportunities for ELA and social studies cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 13 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 days to complete. To begin the Engage portion, you'll remind students of the anchoring phenomenon and how some organisms from long ago are extinct today. You'll show them the timeline from Section 1. You'll then show the animals of the Mesozoic era and have students turn and talk to make observations about the different animals and their traits. You'll ask students questions about adaptations and post the adaptation vocabulary card. You'll then show the animals of the Ice Age and have students turn and talk to make observations about these animal adaptations. You can post and discuss the megafauna vocabulary card. You'll ask what adaptations students think helped these organisms survive in their environments and revisit the driving question board. You'll add any new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about how features or traits of organisms helped them survive or why some organisms went extinct. To begin the Explore portion, you'll discuss the environments in which animals live and post the habitat vocabulary card. You'll then display an image of the biome map and explain to students that a habitat is a particular area within a larger biome. Grouping organisms with similar adaptations together can help us better understand life on Earth. You can post and discuss the biome and climate vocabulary cards. You'll put students into groups and pass out a set of adaptation cards and a biome map to each group. You'll have students identify the animal on each card and any adaptations it has to live in its habitat. Students will place each animal card on the biome map where they think it lives and provide evidence to support their claim. For the Explain portion, you'll bring the class together and lead a discussion about students' observations from matching organisms with their environments. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, what characteristics help organisms survive in their environment? The goal of this class discussion is to identify the unique adaptations organisms have that help them survive in their habitats within biomes. You'll use the discussion to create the Lesson 3 summary chart. By the end of the discussion, students should understand that fossil clues about organism adaptations can give us clues about the environments where prehistoric organisms lived. You'll also have students partner read MySci, Amazing Adaptations, to gather more evidence of plant and animal adaptations. After reading, you can post the System vocabulary card. For the Elaborate portion, you'll put students into groups and give each group a set of dinosaur skull cards and several post-it notes. You'll ask the students to sort the cards into categories based on what they see and use the post-it notes to name the categories. You'll then ask some more discussion questions. For the Evaluate portion, you'll have students self-assess their Predict the Environment student journal page predictions from Lesson 2 with new details from organism adaptations. You'll give time for students to reflect on their predictions and update their models, adding in new information about the environment. Then, you'll show students the environment of the Mesozoic and the environment of the Ice Age. You'll support students in the self-assessment with questions and give time for students to update their models and complete the page based on the evidence. You'll then have students complete the Adaptations Quick Check journal page. To support student sense-making across the unit, orient them back to the driving question board. Ask, what did we learn about what characteristics help organisms survive in their environment? And what additional questions do you have now? By the end of this lesson, students will have identified and described adaptations that help organisms survive in their unique environments, used evidence of animal adaptations to describe the climate and living things in different biomes, and used prehistoric organism fossils and adaptations as evidence to describe their environments. In Lesson 4, students will investigate how adaptations can help or hurt organisms when their environment changes. For the optional extend, you can have students use one of the adaptations in the Ice Age Animal Megafauna Research reading to create a poster for an Amazing Adaptations Museum. For more information about this unit, visit mysidepartners.com.